So I'm going to link to Pastor Alma's word that she's taught about Numbers 13 that said that, you know, Joshua, what is about Joshua and Caleb, but the Lord said to Moses that they must send the men to explore the land of Canaan. And he said in that scripture up front, which I give to the Israelites. And they had to choose leaders for every tribe, and they needed to send them. And they had 40 days to go and scout out the land. Now, the word says that they came back and they actually showed all the Israelites the fruit of the land. And they said that surely this land flows from milk and honey. And then 10 of the leaders said, but the people that dwell there are strong, and the cities are fortified, and they're very large, and there's giants in the land, and sons of Anak of great stature and courage. And then the word teaches us how Caleb quieted them, and he said, let us go up at once and possess it, because we are well able to conquer it. And I want to say to you, let's go into our tomorrow. We are well able to conquer it, because God is with us. God is for us. And we know that scripture says that the rest of the 10 leaders, the word says they brought an evil report about the land, and they wanted to choose a captain to go back to Egypt. But Joshua and Caleb, they said, the land through which we passed as scouts is an exceedingly good land. And I want to say to us this morning, our tomorrow, and what is in our tomorrow, is exceedingly good land. And the word says in Numbers 14:24, it says, but my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit and he has followed me, I will bring him into the land into which he went, and his descendants shall possess it. And my prayer today for us all is that yes, we find ourselves in a place where the landscape has changed, and we don't know. We have not seen this. We have not been here before. We have to navigate unknown territories. Yes, we don't have a natural point of reference or something that we can fall or draw off experience from. But God will carry us through this. And for those that we daily depend on Him for our wisdom, He will help us to maneuver this new territory. And so the rest of that chapter goes about the Israelites, about 20 and up, that didn't go into the promised land, and they had to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. And none of us, it says in Numbers 14:30, surely none of them shall come into the land in which I swore to make you dwell, except Caleb and Joshua. And so some reflections just from that teaching that Pastor Alma gave is to say that remember that God sent it with a promise. He said, I'll give you the land. Give you the land. And Joshua and Caleb just chose to take God on His word. They just chose to believe what God is saying about that promise. So we are going to just pick up the journey from there. So if you've got your word here, we're going to go to Joshua, and we're going to see for Caleb and Joshua, we did go into the land, and we're going to go to Joshua 1. And I know this is a familiar scripture, but we're going to read it as if we're reading it for the first time, and we amplify. Joshua 1, verse 1. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' minister, Moses, my servant, is dead. So now arise, take his place, go over this Jordan, you and all this people, into the land which I am giving them, the Israelites. Every place upon which the sole of your foot shall tread, that have I given to you, as I promised Moses. Verse 5. No man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong, confident, and of good courage, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only you be strong and very courageous, that you may do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded you. Turn not from it to the right or to the left, that you may prosper wherever you go. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, that you may observe and do according to all that is written in it. For then you shall make your way prosperous, and then you shall deal wisely and have good success. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, vigorous, and very courageous. Be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So the first thing that I think the point that we can take from the scripture is that God is for us. Let us say, God is for me. God is for me. And like Kurt's message last week, Kurt talked about the abundance of God and the nature of God. And He gives because of who He is, not because we deserve it or we do good works for Him, or because He gives not because of who we are, but because of His nature. And He is a God of abundance. He is abounding in His mercy. He is gracious in His kindness. He is steadfast in His goodness, and is enduring in His faithfulness. And God wants us to succeed, and He wants us to conquer. God is really for us. And this is why in verse 2 here, it says, it affirms this promise. It says, I'm sending you into the land which I'm giving them, the Israelites. He gives the promise up front. And then in verse 3, every place upon which the sole of your foot shall tread, I've given to you. Verse 5, no man shall be able to stand before you. Some days, as the word says, some days, it says all the days of your life. No man shall stand in front of you. And so I want us just to reflect for a minute. Where have you received the word from God that you can take Him up on, that you can hold on to? Recall a word that God has given you, a promise for you, a promise that you've either received by a prophetic word, or a spoken word, or a written word, or God's Spirit whispering into your heart that you can tie to your heart. You see, the thing is, when we've got a word, it gives us direction. It gives us to focus. It gives us to aim. And with God, it's not just a general direction. It is specific. The word says in Proverbs 3:6, it says that He will direct your path. Psalms 23, He leads me in the paths of righteousness. It is specific. He wants us to inherit our destiny and our purpose and accomplish the plans that He set for us. So the first thing that I want us to take away from this scripture this morning is to know that God is for us. And the second thing is that God is with us. He doesn't send us on our own. He says, okay, I've given you the directions, there you go. He goes with us. Let us say, God is with me. He's with me. In verse 5 of that passage it says, as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. And for me this morning, as I am with Granny, so I will be with you. He will be with us. It says, I will not fail you or forsake you. Verse 9 says, verse B says, be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Now if we track some of the journey as it goes through Joshua, in Joshua 3 verse 5, Joshua said to the people, sanctify you today, separate yourself for holy purpose, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders for you. And then the chapter starts, one wonder after the other. one miracle after the other. And when you reflect or look back at your life, you will see the wonders of God. You will see the golden thread in the good, in the bad. You will see that it's been there always. And every one of them is a miracle. And I'm going to just highlight some of these. But in Joshua 3, verse 12 to 17, we read how God parted the Jordan for Joshua, just as he parted the Red Sea in front of Moses. You don't always hear of this, but he parted it the same. They went through it on dry land. In Joshua 6, we read about the miracle of the falls of the walls of Jericho. That is well known. And in Joshua 8, we read about how they ambushed the city of Ai, and how it was a miracle, how God actually fought for them. They didn't have to fight. One of my personal favorites is in Joshua 10, and it's where they came against the kings of the Amorites, and also in those Amorites was also the king of the Jerusalem. And we can read, maybe we can page to that one. It's in Joshua 10. Maybe you want to go with me there. In Joshua 10, we'll pick it up from verse 11. It says, as they fled before the Israelites, while they were descending the pass to Beth-Horon, the Lord cast great stones from the heavens on them, that was the enemy, as far as Azekah, killing them. More died because of the stones than the Israelites slew with the sword. So how's that? God just let it rain hailstones on the enemies from above. And then we read the famous scripture again from Joshua, verse 12. Then Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord gave the Amorites over to the Israelites. And he said in the sight of Israel, sun, be silent, and stand still at Gibeon, and you, moon, in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still and the wind stayed until the nation took vengeance upon their enemies. It is written in the book of Joshua, so the sun stood still in the midst of the heavens and did not hasten to go down for about the whole day. There was no day like it before, since when the Lord heeded to the voice of a man. For the Lord fought for Israel. Listen, the Lord fought for Israel, and the Lord will fight for you. He's going with you. And there is no giant in our tomorrow that is more powerful that we cannot handle with him. He will fight for us. So do not be afraid and do not be dismayed about what is in tomorrow. And then I want to say though that we can go back to Joshua 1, but the thing is, God does it through you. So yes, he fights for you, but you have to also pitch for the battle. You have to step up and rise up. And he gives us the strength and the courage for whatever lies ahead. But if we go to verse 6 of Joshua 1, it says, be strong and of good courage, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land. For you. So that God does it through you. And the thing is that God gave Joshua the promise before he sent him. So he sent the word in front of him, before him, to say that I'm giving you the land. And then there's a progression. You can see in Joshua 6 it says, be strong, confident, and of good courage. In verse 7 it says, only you be strong and very courageous. And then there's a progression in verse 9 to say, be strong, vigorous, and very courageous. There will be days that you need to be strong and courageous and vigorous. But God is with you, and He's going with us. And by no means this journey for Joshua was a quick process or an easy process. They had to, the word says, utterly destroy the enemies as they took the cities. And in Joshua 13, verse 1, we actually read of Joshua that was over 100 years old. It says, "Now Joshua was old and gone far in years, over 100, and the Lord said to him, 'You have grown old, and old, one far in years, and very much of the land still remains to be possessed.'" So it was a journey. Joshua, then when they scouted the land, he was in his 40s. So it was a long process. And eventually, when they conquered all the cities and all the land was divided, still even then, Joshua, when he chose Timnah, because that was Tamar, that was the city that he chose, he had to still build a city to dwell in it. So it's not going to be without effort. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's probably also not always a quick process. But God is in it. He's with us, He is for us, and He does it through you, step by step. And then I want us to read Caleb's story, because that was Joshua's, but let us just read how it turned out for Caleb. Let's go to Joshua 14, verse 7 to 14. Now this is Caleb speaking. He says, 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to scout out the land. And I brought him a report that was in my heart. But my brethren who went up with me made the hearts of the people melt. Yet I wholly followed the Lord my God. And Moses swore on the day, surely the land on which your feet have walked shall be inheritance to you and your children always, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, Caleb says, the Lord has kept me alive. As he said, these 45 years since the Lord spoke this word to Moses, while the Israelites wandered in the wilderness, and now, behold, I am this day 85 years old. Yet I am as strong today as I was the day Moses sent me. As my strength was then, so my strength now for war, and to go out and to come in. So now give me this hill country of which the Lord spoke that day. Remember, they spoke about the sons of Anak, the giants. It says, for you have heard then how the giant like Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. If the Lord will be with me, I shall drive them out, just as the Lord said. Then Joshua blessed him and gave him Hebron to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, for an inheritance. So Hebron became the inheritance of Caleb, the Kenizzite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord, the God of Israel. Yeah, I want to say to you that just like Caleb, God gave him supernatural strength. He was as strong at 85 as he was 40. And God gave him the strength to go, and he went out to the giant like, as it was spoken from the beginning, to conquer the giants of the sons of Anak. And I just want to say to you that God will give you the strength to go and conquer what it is that is in our tomorrow. And you are well positioned to take up your inheritance and to possess your portion. So let us just say that God does it through me. God does it through me. He does it through me. And God will be with you. The thing about Caleb is just, and this is what the word says about both Caleb and Joshua, it says that Caleb wholly followed the Lord, and you would recall from Joshua 1, it says, do the commandments of the Lord, do not turn from it to the right or the left, that you may prosper wherever you go. If you meditate on the word, so that you observe it accordingly, you shall make your way prosperous. You shall make your way prosperous if you meditate on the word, and you shall wisely and have good success. And we know that Joshua executed every time just as God commanded. And the time that they didn't, it was when they went to the city of Ai the first time, and they saw their eye with the first time that they wanted to take that city. Because the thing is, we've got to wholly follow the Lord. That means with an undivided heart, devotedly, without turning left or right from it. It is beautiful to me in the scripture, as Caleb also said, I have given the report as it was in my heart. There is a matter of the heart that says, Lord, I'm going wherever you are saying. And I know you will be with me, you are for me, you will do it through me. But yes, I'm going. And I'm not looking to the left or to the right. And we know that when the word talks in Joshua about the law of the Lord, we know that Christ has fulfilled this in the law is finished in Christ. In Romans, it says in Romans 10 verse 4, for Christ is the end of the law, the limit of which it ceased to be, for the law leads to him who is of his types, and in him the purpose which it was designed for to accomplish is fulfilled. So we know that the law was finished in Christ. So it is not the law, but it is the Word of God. The Word of God. And God has given us a new covenant. And foremost of that is to love each other. And to set that in front of you. And we also know, when the Word says meditate on the Word, we also know that the Word is Christ. So we've got to observe Christ and uphold Him and wholly follow Him. God doesn't send us into our tomorrow on our own. It is so beautiful for me to think about this, that God sends us with a spoken word, like Joshua. He gave the promise before, the promise went out before, so He sends us with the word before us. His written word is there to guide us, and His manifested word, which is the Son, Jesus, is the way to show us. And then, on top of it, He gives us a guide, the Holy Spirit, to guide us on the way. So let us not be afraid, and let us not be dismayed. I want to really say to you that I'm excited about what lays in our tomorrow. And I think really that we will look, can I just see, who of you have experienced it during this lockdown, that there is good amidst of the bad? Who in this lockdown can say that if I really reflect on it, there was more good things than bad things? Amen. And I think we will look back on this time fondly, and it will be a beacon to know, yes, amen, this was precious time. God is really for us, He's really with us, He does it through us, and our heart is set on Him. Our heart is set on Him. I'm going to close with another testimony, and then we're going to come and have communion and bring our offering. But I felt to share this. Let me just see how the time is good. Just a personal testimony about this time, right? So, at our women's festival at the beginning of the year, we went for a morning walk. And as we came down from the hill, God reminded me that when I was as old as my son now, I went on our first hike. And if I say a proper hike, I mean a sleepover in a mountain hut. And God reminded me of that and said to me, whispered in my ear, that it's time to take my son on we must take our son on a proper hike. And Luan, he turned 12 this time in the same week that the lockdown opened up to level 3. So Wilty made a couple of phone calls to hear if there are hiking places in the area where we can go and hike as a family and sleep over in the mountain. Because he also had his birthday in the lockdown, and all that we could go to is we could go out to the stoep that evening. But for Luan, we said, yes, if there's a chance that we can pull this one off, we would like to go and hike. And the manager of the place said to us, look, you can come, actually you should hike individually, but if you want to come as a family, it's fine, but the kids must be over 12. I said, well, one of them was 12 just today. But my girl, she's 9 years old, I guess now. And he said, well, you can't really, and you know, Vilti doesn't really take no for an answer. He's very persuasive. So he said, oh, but the kids, we've, you know, they've walked Mount Sinai, they've climbed the Berg, Table Mountain, we're sure, Magaliesberg, really, we're sure they're going to be fine. So he said, okay, but you go on your own risk and you're going to hike at least 7 hours. And he thought he's exaggerating because 7 hours really. But, you know, we learned that he was actually right. So we went and we were very excited and we packed our day packs and they would have helped us to get the overnight stuff at the overnight hut so that we could just go with our day packs. So when we were on the mountain, you know, it was magnificent. On the Magalies you can see into foreverness and there's a real sense of achievements and satisfaction. We were so glad that we pulled this one off and got to arrange it. And we, of course, thought at that point in time we're halfway now, because we're up the mountain, down the mountain. Only later to discover at that point we must have been probably not even a third of the way. We totally underestimated the length of the trail completely. And when we descended, we also realized why I said the kids must be over 12, because the ladders, we went off the cliffs on ladders. The ladders, it's a sport. Some of them have been broken, and I just thank God that our little girl is a gymnast, and she could actually make it, because otherwise the stretch was too long. And when we came down on that descent, the children were exhausted. They were finished, and at that point, because it was the same week as what they couldn't service the footpath. There wasn't time to service the footpath. We lost the path. It wasn't marked. And we had to at that point start to brave the underbush, and we got burned by brandnetels many times. And it didn't take long for the kids started to figuring out that we lost. And they started to cry, and I think it was just out of pure exhaustion, obviously, and knowing that. And we started praying out loud. We said to them, look, we've been on this place before, on Mount Sinai. Remember that night? We had to summit at 10 o'clock. We're at the camp only after midnight. There's a place where God had to give you supernatural strength. And we started praying it over them. And we said, God is going to give you strength. Remember, on Mount Sinai, we did summit. He's going to help us. And so, from the mountain, we did see another roof. So we assumed that that's the overnight hut, and we sort of had a general direction as to which way to walk. And when we got there, we was momentarily relieved because we thought that this is the place. But it wasn't long because Vilti went to look for the key and we saw that it's not the place. Now you must know that the sun is nearly down. The sun, we just hiked more than 7 hours to a place which is abandoned. It's in the middle of nowhere. We only had backpacks at that point in time. We didn't have any water left. We couldn't phone anybody. We didn't have any cell phone battery left. And it was getting dark. We didn't have any light. And for that moment where Vilti and my eyes caught, we know that we are in a stress situation. The kids are, they beyond tired. And I had to say to myself, don't panic. I had to start speaking to my spirit and say, don't panic. And we went down on our knees and we took the hands of the children and we said, you've got to be strong. You've got to be courageous. You've got to focus now. You cannot not be strong, and God is going to help us. He said He will not leave us. He will make a way. But we have to get to a place of safety or to somewhere now. And we had to start jogging because there was no time. So the day was fading away. It wasn't long after that we got a track. A 2-spoor track, and we said that we got to jog. And it was just amazing because at a point they cried and they stumbled and they fall and it was just sweat and tears. But at a point they started getting into a rhythm and they started jogging with us. And it is a desperate thing when you arrive at one gate after the other and it is desolate and there's just no one and you don't know even if you're on the right place anymore. And God was so good for us because about 10 minutes to spare, we got back to the main lodge. If I say 10 minutes because they've locked up, everybody's gone home, and if we missed it by 10 minutes, the owner would have been gone as well. And we got there, of course, I'm standing here, so it's got a good ending. And then it would have been the easiest thing at that point to say, we're just getting our car and going home. We can write it off as a bad thing, but we had a word. We had a word from God to take Luan out on a hike. And it means that we have to sleep over. So we asked the manager politely if he can make a way to get us back to the mountain out. And he arranged for his 4x4 to go up as far as he could and for a guide to take us, and we hiked in the darkness and we got to the hut very late that night. But all I want to say to you is on a very real and on a very tangible level, we have experienced that day that we will take God on His word. He is for us, He is with us, He does it through us. There are times that you must be strong, and if He does it for a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old, so He did it for me that day as well. But He will do it for each one of us. And there are times that we must really just hold on to that. I don't think, to be honest, that we're ever gonna forget the one's 12th birthday. And I think that is etched into their spirit. So it was a special time. And so when we go through bad times or challenging times or times that is extreme, hold on, because that might just be the best time of your life. So I want us to come up and just be with the Lord, just have communion with Him, and just today, remember when we come up and we take off His table, we remember Him. This is what He said in His word, come and remember me. And remember what He did, the finished work on the cross. And in the context of today also, remember that He's in your tomorrow. So you are welcome to just come as a family, and you can come and help yourself and have the communion. I'm going to close off the service so that when you are finished, you are welcome to leave as you can. We obviously do not have coffee and tea, which I'm sorry about. But you know the day will come we can have cake and tea again. And also I'm taking up the offering in the same time. We have the privilege today to come and sow again. And you know, there's something. I know the world has changed, and many times we have the means to take up offerings and tithes electronically, but there's something to hold that seed in your hand and to say that today, Lord, I'm trusting you again, that you are my provider and that you will provide. And I want to bless you today in terms of the offering also with this beautiful scripture in 2 Corinthians 9 verse 10. He says, and God will provide seed for the sower and bread for the eating. So listen to this. God provides your seed and He provides what you eat. And then it says, He will also provide and multiply your resources for sowing and increase the fruits of your righteousness, which manifests itself in active goodness, kindness, and charity. Thus you will be enriched in all things, in every way, so that you can be generous. You will have enough, saints, to eat. You will have enough to sow. And He will multiply your resources so that you can be enriched in all things, in every way. This is what He promised. So let us just stand, and then I'm going to pray over you, and then you are welcome to come and sow, and you are welcome to commune, and then you are welcome to leave in peace. Lord, thank you for this morning. Thank you for the congregation. Lord, I pray over every man here, every woman, every family represented. Also those that cannot be here this morning, Lord. Every single person in our congregation, loved ones, friends, and also, Lord, every person in this area. We glorify your name. Thank you, Lord, this morning that we can hold fast onto your word. It is our heart's desires to follow you fully and wholly, Lord, with an undivided heart, and to say, Lord, we are ready to go. Thank you that you give us a promise that you are for us us and with us, that you will do it through us, Lord. But thank you also, like the Ark of the Covenant, which is also called the Ark of Testimonies, that we've got many testimonies to stand on, to testify of your goodness, the nature of your abundance, and we know that you are a good Father, and you will not leave or forsake us. No, you say we should not be afraid and dismayed because you are with us. And thank you this morning that we remember that, Lord, and we tie it to our hearts, and that we are excited to step out into whatever is out tomorrow.